Hello, hello, hello. It's your girl, Dr. Khadija X. Chapman, Coach Millionista. And I have one question, just one question. Are you opposed to a seven-figure strategy? Are you opposed to having a consult with me that's absolutely free and having access to a seven-figure strategy? So if you are, here's what I need you to do. I need you to text the word seven figures, either or, seven figures, to the number 770-545-0525. Listen, I'm Dr. Khadija X. Chapman, Coach My Niece. I'm your radical wealth building strategist. And I'm really excited to stand before you today and say, listen, I'm the girl who could get you from where you are to seven figures in a year or less. I'm she. And, put me to the test. Some people hear me and they're like, yeah, yeah, whatever, lady, whatever. No, seriously, the strategy is free. And I'm only doing this for a limited time because I'm starting a course and I'm looking for beta testers. And I really want to have some testimonials from my coaching clients, not my clients as consultants. Now, as a consultant. So, for those of you who know me, I am the proud founder of the Black Millionaires Matrix. It's a wealth building platform designed to engineer Black millionaires. And we're actually everything we do is powered by the Black Millionaires Matrix. Okay, so let's be real clear because the Black Millionaires Matrix is a platform that allows people of color to be deprogrammed and then reprogrammed because there's a money game. And I like to say I teach the money game. Now, I have some mentors who are like doing things on a whole nother level. So it's kind of like I have to really humbly say that. But what I know can get you to seven figures. Now, when we want to get to eight, nine, well, we got to have some different mentorships. And not necessarily, this is the thing, right? Once you really start understanding wealth, and once you really start understanding how to reverse engineer wealth, the game changes. But let me tell you one of the biggest things that for me is really, really has been huge, huge in me going from where I was to where I am now. It is absolutely my network. It is absolutely the people that I mastermind with. It is absolutely my morning routine. It is absolutely the people I meditate with in the morning. It is absolutely like my habits, um, really realizing and understanding so much that my own belief system plays a huge part in what happens. Now, let me tell you a story. I probably shouldn't tell this story, but I'm going to tell this story. Okay? But I'm going to tell the story. I was working on a real estate deal. I had four deals closing at once. Like, how did that happen? I don't know. For those who do know, I've expressed my company. We have under contract right now close to 40 properties. I don't even know how many. And one of my partners is always like, why do we get so many properties going at one time? And that's a whole nother story because, yeah, I kind of don't know how that happened, but it happened. So my money is at play. I don't have $1 million sitting in the bank. Okay. No. Would that even make sense? First of all, it's not even protected because only $250,000 of the money is protected. And let me just let all of you people know if there's ever anything that happens to these banks and they wipe out accounts or freeze accounts and oh, you are $250,000 FDIC insured, let me, I need to, you see, y'all need to really know this kind of stuff, but I'm gonna share this with you, right? You won't get your money. You want to know why? Because every bank has investors and the investors have to be paid first. Don't take my word for it. Go do your research. I don't know the correct name that they have, but they have to be paid first. And then the people like us who got regular money in the banks that's just sitting there, blink, 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 we get paid next. And I promise you, we're not going to get paid. You're not going to get your money. So if it's little stuff happening, yeah, yeah. But if it's anything that happens huge, where it's like all the money, whatever, some crazy happen, yeah, they're going to get paid first. So, and so just be clear. So anyway, I would never have my money sitting in a bank. No, 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 no. Now there is a wealth management component to banks that maybe, but probably not, because they use your money and they make way more money with it, and they kind of guarantee you a very, very small percentage annually. I don't do nothing with percentages annually. No, 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 no. Let me tell you something. Back in 2005, I was introduced to option trading by one of my mentors who changed my life. Again, my network. Okay, he's in my network. So at the end of the day, I want to be real, real clear. Your money should be making money for you. Like it should be. Figure it out. Get with someone like me. Why is your money sitting in the bank? Or why are you paying debt and not leveraging debt? Do you have excellent credit? If you don't, then you need to come and talk to me. I have a team. They're amazing. They get anything off your credit. So this is the thing, right? We doing some big things. The end of this year, the beginning of next year, it's going down. The Black Millionaires Matrix, Digital Underground Railroad, which someone else is actually using that name. So I don't want to use that name, but I'm gonna say this because they're powerful and we're joining, and they don't even know it yet. But we doing some things because there's some people out here who are just like. But I have always said that the Black Millionaires Matrix was parallel, comparable to the Underground Railroad. Okay. So, and I don't know if you guys know Hill Harper, but he's the one who's over. He is like, um, he just started a platform which is comparable to Bitcoin, and I look forward to working with him and one of his partners. I can't call her name right now, but they doing the daggone thing with the crypto. I don't do a whole lot with crypto. I do have some altcoins. I'll be a multi millionaire many times over if some of the things that we purchase if they just go to 30 cent. Let alone a dollar. Let alone, oh my God, you know how Bitcoin is real big right now. But anyway, it's listen, but okay, outside of that, let me stay in my lane. Okay. My lane is really teaching you the money game and letting you to really helping you to really understand energetically how to create everything that you want. How to connect with people like me who can give you a seven figure strategy because that's my gift. I've never got on the phone with anyone and did a 15-minute strategy and they were not able to reach seven figures in a year or less. I have a course called Breaking the Seven Figure Barrier. All of this stuff is being put together, guys. But this is the thing. I need people to sign up. So you go to getradicalready.com just to be a part of my tribe. I need you to sign up so I know you're serious. Because this is the thing. I can just take my money and just play and keep doing what I'm doing. Because I'm living good and I'm living gooder. No, just be silly. Things are getting greater. Things are getting like so good. And it's like got a lot of stuff going on. Oh, wait. I said you guys about the real estate, right? So okay, we had 4 deals, 3 or 4 deals, I think it was 4, closing around the same time. My money isn't liquid. It's in different projects. The money is protected. So if anybody's out there listening who's a damn investor, hey, it is what it is. I can't get into all of the ins and outs, but all our money is protected. Okay? So I'm gonna leave that there. But listen, let me tell you this. So one of the properties we didn't close. We didn't show up. We didn't make it. We didn't bring the money. So it was at a point where we were like, oh, SHIT. Nobody called the seller. Nobody called the like we literally just dropped the ball. Okay, which means we lose our earnest money. We're losing the property, any work we may have done. Because some properties we start flipping before we even get the money. Okay. And that's all legal because it's on us. And if we have permission, and if the deal don't close, well, you just gotta maybe rehabbed home, almost done or completely done or whatever. That's us taking that chance, right? Which we've never lost. Okay, just so you know. So anyway, it was like a week later, no, 2 weeks later, and we were like, oh my God, we never, how do we miss? And we were so busy running. Because for anybody who's been in real estate, this is what happened. When you I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. When you are doing real estate and the bank calls, it's like everybody jumps to what the bank wants, right? Everybody's like, whatever. And if you have three things before, and one bank ain't really calling, and three banks are, you just kind of it gets lost in the sauce. And none of it sound crazy. So we were kind of like, we'll circle back around. We'll figure it out after we realize we dropped the ball. So we were doing some. I live in Atlanta now, but in Cleveland, Ohio, we have something called point of sales, which is when you do when you y'all not gonna believe this. You just gotta hear me. I'm sorry. I'm gonna be quick. So when you do a real estate transaction, you have to put money in escrow for the suburbs, the greater parts of Cleveland. Most of them, not all of them, but most of them. So you put the money in escrow to fix the property up. So if the property needs $20,000 worth of work, you got to put 30,000 because they want you to put time and a half, 1.5 times, whatever the numbers are. So if I'm just making up a number, so if it needs 20,000, you got to have 30,000 in escrow, and you can't touch that money. And when you fix up the house, then they'll release the money. They'll come out, they're doing inspection. They say, okay, it's your money and it's your house, but they kind of policing it, making sure they want to make sure that the work is done and you don't buy properties and you don't do the work. And they don't want you to move it to a half-ass regular house and then it stays half-ass raggedy. They don't play that, which is really cool. But it kind of keeps black people out the equation sometimes because you can go buy a house for 10 grand, but you might need 60,000 to fix it up. It may, so so at the end of the day, you gotta have money escrow. So okay, now we lost the house. We didn't do it. We didn't do the deal. It's a very important house, like super important house, like family member living in the house kind of thing, right? We like, oh no, we got to figure out what to do, and if they won't let us, do whatever we were trying to do next week or the week after, whatever, then we got to displace family member. So we go to one of my associates goes to City Hall to handle some other business, nothing to do with this house. And the inspector says, "Oh, what are you guys doing with the house that's in Euclid?" And we're like, "Which house in Euclid?" Right? Because we only got one house that we buy in Euclid. And we're like, which house in Euclid? And they gave us the address. So my partner calls me. I'm in Atlanta. She's in Cleveland. She calls me screaming on the phone, but I knew it was a good scream, right? She's like, "You're not gonna believe this." I'm like, "What?" I am gonna believe it because we're magical. We make shit happen. Like we're winners. We make it happen. She's like, "That property in Euclid, it's in our name. It's in our company name." We're like, "How'd that happen? How how'd that happen?" So long story made short, we don't know how it happened. But what it did was it allowed us, and this is what I call bringing the magic. This is what I call having the mindset that everything is going to work through. Because the thing I forgot to tell you was we couldn't get enough money out fast enough for the liquid part of the deals that we needed liquid cash. We were going to other people like, "Yo, can I borrow 30 grand?" They're like, "Well, we know you got, what do you mean?" What? Well, it's a long story, but I can't get to it, but I can get to it, but I have a deadline right now, and I'll even pay you. We were wanting to pay people money on top of what we did, which we got our own money. We shouldn't have to do that. But sometimes it is what it is, right? So there was some miscalculations by the title companies. That's a whole nother story. Because they was like, "Oh, you only need 12 grand." So we had enough money based on what they told us initially. But then when they switched it and we're like, whoa. And this is the thing, the way we flip our properties, this is probably not the best strategy, but it's a good strategy if you really have an exit strategy. We there's a dynamic, and in the first part we don't really make money, we actually put out money, but the money is, most of it is held in escrow, you know what I'm saying, like I was just giving that example. But then when we go to refinance the house or sell the house, then we make the profit, right? So it's a lot of ways to do real estate, and this is one way, because like we may get a property for like 5 grand, but it may have, $25,000 worth of taxes. So those types of deals. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like so it makes sense eventually. But sometimes when you're in the middle, it's like, oh, so much going on. But okay, main point is that my team and I, we're very intentional about what we think about, what we say, how we move. And when I tell you these types of miracles or magic, because now check this out. So check this out. Uh-oh. So 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 when people are calling me and stuff, so check this out. So when things aren't going well, we have a routine. We stay positive, excuse me. We stay in the realm of possibilities. We don't get mad. We don't cuss people out. We don't blame people and say, "Oh, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that, and this person did this person did that." I got people on the team who try that. We just stop it. Because I'm gonna say this, and if you get it, you catch it, then you're smarter than a fifth grader, and that is that we create every experience. So when that experience happened, I want to take, I want to take credit for it, right? I'm magical because that's my saying. I'm magical, and everybody on the team with stuff happening, they're like, Khadijah, yes, you're magical, you're magical. Yeah, I can't even begin to tell y'all some of the stuff that's happening, but one day I will. One day I will. And it's some really good stuff. It's like life changing stuff. It's like you want to be in my community. Blink, blink, blink. Liz, you want to be in the community of a woman who's been to hell and back on so many levels, who's as real as it gets, who is moving with as much integrity as she could possibly muster. Like my life plan, my life goal is to engineer 1 million Black millionaires. It's to help rebuild our communities. It's to help reverse engineer. I like that word, by the way. The legal system. Honestly, like you guys, I have such a huge plan. And this is the thing, no matter where I'm in life, as long as I have breath in my body, it's going down. The internet has made it where, like, unless you're just not here on earth, you can pretty much do anything you need to do, anything. You just have to be creative enough and smart enough to figure out a way to do it. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. So I really, 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 really am looking for some sharp people. Now let me tell you something. If you ain't got nothing going on in your life, you ain't had never had nothing going on in your life, you probably can still call me. I probably can help you. The challenge is you have to be willing to do and be someone different than you've ever been before. Because I'm not gonna tell you, I'm gonna count you out. I'm gonna just tell you like this: if you ready to roll and you serious and you really want to do the daggone thing, oh my God, it's been 16 minutes. Well, I hope it's not long for you because I pray that I hold your interest and you're like, yeah, I like what she's saying. I'm gonna listen to the end because I'm almost over. Significance. I believe that we're all significant. And I believe that we all have a purpose. And I believe that when you tap into your purpose, that you get to live your purpose and then you get to benefit from your purpose. Just like the Bible says, your room will make gifts for you. And I want to say this last thing because I got into a really deep conversation with my girl last night. Didn't go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning. Lord have mercy. And we were talking about religion, organized religion, and even though they're part of a what I consider organized religion, they don't consider it to be an organized religion. But okay, whatever. So a lot of people say, well, like Muslims say, well, it's not a religion, it's a way of life. Jehovah's Witnesses say it's not a religion, it's a way of life, but it really is a religion. It really is. And I was explaining to my friend that before there was any organized religion, we had um, a dynamic Africans, Egyptians, where we communicated with the most high. And I hate it when people say with the devil, if you say universe, you're talking about the devil. I don't know where they get that from, but okay. So I want to be careful not to use the word universe because some people feel like like the devil is over the world, the universe. And I'm like, so you're saying the devil is stronger than God, or he's like what, he beat God up and now he's taking over? I don't know because I don't get that. But anyway, there are universal laws and principles, and when you understand them, you will live a life of abundance in every aspect of your life. And then some people go, well, what about such and such? And well, they had a bunch of money and they tried this and it didn't work. And what about this person? And I'm like, listen, I can't tell you about nobody else's life. I can't tell you because there's so much that goes into living a life of abundance and just not just money. It's about your mindset. It's about the people who are speaking life into you. I have a person in my life been around me forever, and if I probably listened to everything they said, I wouldn't be the woman I am today, honestly, because they were so like I don't want to use the word pessimistic, but they didn't believe the things that I believe. And they still don't. They still don't believe that we can create magic just from our mindset and I'm gonna say mouthpiece. Because what you speak comes into being. I do not speak in terms of lack and limitation. I don't let nobody come around me and do it. I don't let nobody come around me and tell me what I can't do and what ain't possible. And because it took so long, it probably ain't gonna happen. No, 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 no. I don't do that. And I don't allow it. So if people are in my circle, they need to understand what's possible. No matter what. No matter what. As long as it's life in my body. Um, I'm going to speak my peace and I'm going to live my peace and I'm going to create greatness. And guess what, man? I probably had so much stuff going on that be just like, you just not, man, you're not going to believe this. But my daughter, she watched the video. I don't know. I need to find the name of it. And she said, Mom, and she reminds me of this, right? Everything is neutral. When something happens, it's a neutral event. But the energy that you give to it makes it, you know. I don't care what, it could be a health issue, it could be a business issue, it could be a legal issue. You created it and you can create the end result you desire. Real talk. Most of us, we operate in fear and we move based on fear. And when you take the bull by the horns and be like, I got this, this is what I'm gonna do, then that's what it is, and everything else falls away. But when you all scared, listen. You got to be a gangster when it comes to your life. You got to be that person that's like, you know what? This is what I want. This is what I'm commanding. Live your life with integrity as much as close as possible. And I'm gonna say this last two things. I'm gonna get off here. Okay. Woo, okay, 20 minutes in. Sorry. Maybe I should talk about this tomorrow. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna talk. Listen, I got something to say. Well, I'm gonna say this real quick. You know, Southwest, I love Southwest. That's like my favorite. Okay, it's my favorite airline. Fly for free. And you know, I usually go business class because hey, that's their first class, and it's usually not that much more than other, other whatever. And then you get so much more points, and then of course you get to, oh, it's just amazing. It's just amazing. But they canceled a bunch of flights and it was da da da. And I'm like, the girl who don't watch the news, people who know they tease me, right? So I started looking at Yahoo like, why they didn't, what's going on with Southwest? Well, come to find out, Southwest is, they're not being they're not being doormats. They're not being bullied. They're like, oh, these people want us to have all our people get vaccinated, and some of the people, I guess, who should be getting back. They're like, hold up, wait, whoa, we not doing that. Then we look at, I think his name is Irving, Kylie Irving, I think. He's like, oh yeah, I'm willing to lose $18 million because I'm not letting nobody bully me into. I'm okay with that. I'm doing holistic measures. If I happen to get COVID or whatever, I'm trusting God with my body. And it's not that people who take the shot or the jab or whatever you want to call it don't trust God. It's just that sometimes we get so caught up in the man mindset of things, right? Because I'm just still trying to figure out. I be having this debate with some of my associates who decide they want to get the jab or they're going to get the jab. And I'm like, well, you guys are scared of COVID, but you're scared that if I have it, I may give it to you. But if you have the jab or got the jab, you're supposed to be protected, right? Whoa. But you can still be a carrier of it. Like you can get the jab and still be a carrier of it. Give it to me, and I'm okay with whatever happens. Like I'm not tripping. But you, this is my thing. This is the only thing that makes sense to me. When it came up with it, I wanted to wait, and 9 times out of 10, I probably wasn't gonna do it because I believe in holistic measures and things like that. But some things might make sense to do, right? If that jab would have come out and nobody got COVID who was vaccinated, nobody died, or very few, because we know death is still a part of an equation. We can't stop all of it. But if it was like, but for you to tell me, well, all those things are still happening, Khadija. But if you get this, oh wait, let me add the third caveat. The third caveat is you might actually die from just getting the damn shot. And that's we all know. Well, I don't know personally, but I have very, very close friends of mine who all know somebody who literally was healthy when he got the shot, and they're no longer with us. And there's a whole conversation about that they ain't putting on CNN. They ain't putting it on the news. So we got to pick and choose our battles, right? I am relatively healthy. There's some things I definitely want to work on and be better at and all that stuff. But I don't want to put anything into my body that I'm not commanding or I'm feeling 1,000% this is the best thing for my body. If I felt that, then I would do that. And then anything else is you bullying me. You telling me oh yeah, well, if you can't get on my plane if you don't have it, well, guess what? I'll figure out another way. If I have to drive wherever I need to get to, if I got to go by my own plane, that's really what I want to do anyway. So come on, people, all of y'all who with me on that, let's all get our 100,000, 200, $300,000 line of credits, and then we can go get us a plane. It may take a bunch of us to do that, or we can just charter some planes. Because when you learn how to flip money and invest money, and then you can just say, okay, well, I need money for a private charter planes. Somebody out there gonna be okay with the people who don't want to do jazz. And if it's not, then we're gonna make our own plane. We're gonna fly the plane and build it at the same time. So I got so much stuff I really want to talk about, but I don't want to be. I didn't want to be this long. So thank you so much for anyone who shared or stayed to the end. Please share it. Share this. Like it. Give me some love. I always forget to say that stuff. See, I ain't no good internet person. But I'm real serious about my mission to engineer 1 million Black millionaires. If you want a seven-figure strategy session, text 770-545-0525. Get in a game to win. Make winning non-negotiable. When you make winning non-negotiable, then you connect with Coach Mayonista. I promise you. I don't care who you are, what you've been through, if you have a record, if you don't have, if you're not really educated. The best education is self-education. I promise you. I love college. I love learning. I love anything dealing with educating. But the challenge with a lot of the colleges and those educations, they teach you to like memorize stuff enough to pass the test. And I'm not saying that every class is like that, but I know when I was in college, it's like it's a different energy when you have a mentor who's a multimillionaire and they want you to become a multimillionaire so they can put you on their wall of proof and they can brag to the world that they help bring out the best in you so that you could walk in your purpose and serve a purpose and create a life that you absolutely love. So if that's you, then text me seven-figure strategy. Come into the to a windfall of success and abundance. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to be this long, but it's your girl, Dr. DJ Chapman. Coach Million needs to love, like, share, subscribe, whatever you can do to be a part of this tribe. That's what you need to do. Because your girl, I'm rooting for you. I'm here for you. I'm a little radical, but in a good way. All right, talk to you guys later. Peace, love, and light. Bye bye.